Let him burn! What's up, guys? Boy Benny. Donald Trump is often called the cases against him a witch hunt, but did you know that actual witches are involved in these hunts of Donald Trump? This is Stormy Daniels here with occult symbolism tattooed on her body. Yikes, big yikes. In fact, reporters from inside the court are saying that she's speaking with demons and has demonic possession issues.
Daniels now claims that she is a medium and that she communicates with dead people and has participated in a TV series about the paranormal where she explores things, including the fact that at one point an ex-boyfriend of hers was inhabited by spirits.
Okay, inhabited by spirits. You ever read the Bible? That's not a good thing. You believe in God? That's not great, okay? That's called demonic possession. Ladies and gentlemen, the only people being possessed by this trial are the jury, who are like, why the hell do we have to sit and listen to this thing? The backfire Uno reverse is now here. Stormy Daniels' lurid testimony destroyed the Trump prosecution terribly. It hurt the actual prosecution. And the jury was sitting there furious, legal experts saying that Stormy Daniels may have actually won the case for Donald Trump, including federal judges.
Material that came in was not relevant to this criminal case at all. And I think it shows that she was trying to get Trump.
You're trying to get Trump. You're trying to get at Trump. She's showing malice towards the accused.
This exam, boy, her responses were disastrous. I mean, do you hate Donald Trump? Yes, of course she does. That's a big deal. When the witness hates the person whose liberty is at stake, that's a big damn deal.
That's a big damn deal, saying the legal experts and the federal judges on CNN. How bad has it gotten? You're barely able to defend this absolute clown car case on the BBC, but the BBC did their best. The BBC is, of course, government broadcast in the UK. They have some of the dumbest people on, but they decided to invite a smart person on for once, Mike Davis. Mike Davis, of course, the all-star attorney and one of the friends of the show. He went on BBC and committed probably the worst act against the UK since the Revolutionary War. The biggest flamethrower humiliation since the Revolutionary War, explaining to them what the First Amendment is, and making up a brand new name for the BBC, the Bimbo Broadcast Corporation. Oh, baby, enjoy.
And now I'm joined by Mike Davis, the man tapped to be Trump's Attorney General if he wins in November. And later we'll be speaking to Rina Shah, Republican commentator and political strategist who has worked as a senior advisor in Congress. Mike Davis, thank you very much for joining us. Let's ask you first of all, what do you make of the trial? And how damaging do you think, you'll have heard Anthony Zurcher there perhaps, how damaging could it be to Donald Trump?
Well, first of all, I'm not going to be Trump's Attorney General. I've been trolling people, and I've made that very clear. I would say the fact that this woman you just had on, did you say that she was a porn star? And
no, I said she was an adult. I said she was an adult film star. She's a friend of Stormy Daniels, who you will have heard said that she was in the room that night. She was on the phone that night when Stormy Daniels called her and Donald Trump spoke to her. So she was commenting on how the trial was going. But I wonder how you think the trial is going.
Well, I think it's perfectly fitting that a porn star would be on your show and talking about a alleged sexual encounter that they were trying to arrange in 2006. This is complete and total nonsense. This is garbage. This is about trying to humiliate President Trump and to interfere in the 2024 presidential election. This alleged encounter that Stormy Daniels says happened was in 2006. There was a settlement of a nuisance claim and put in the books in 2017, and somehow that interfered in the election in 2016 with this 2017 accounting, and somehow that was a bookkeeping misdemeanor that President Trump's accountants booked in his books as a legal expense.
And this is all what's being debated in court. But you said on Fox News 2 weeks ago that the court's clearly there is an illegal, unconstitutional gag order here. Why do you think that's true? I mean, do you think any defendant should be able to speak out about the judge?
Yeah, in the United States of America, we have something called the Constitution, and we have the First Amendment and the Sixth Amendment and the 14th Amendment. And if there's anyone on the planet who should have the constitutional right to speak out against the judge, the prosecutor, their staffs, the witnesses, their biases, the process, it is a criminal defendant going through the criminal process. You don't gag criminal defendants in America. I don't know what you guys do in the United Kingdom, but in America, we have constitutional rights, and they've turned the Constitution on its head by gagging a criminal defendant, while this judge, whose adult daughter, Lauren Michon, is raising millions of dollars off of this case, requiring her recusal under New York statute, is allowing Stormy Daniels and Michael Cohen. Stormy Daniels, a porn star who's raising money off this trial, on her Penn Twitter profile, on her Penn tweet on Twitter, on X. And you have Michael Cohen, who's a disbarred attorney and a convicted perjurer, raising money on TikTok. And now you just had this Bimbo porn star say that President Trump...
I think calling a Bimbo porn star is pretty offensive. And I'd like to ask you what you make of the trial in terms of the possibility that actually, in a way, that Donald Trump could benefit, certainly from his base, but benefit because you might have heard Anthony Zurcher saying that it is having an impact in the campaign, but it may not be a negative one.
You just had a Bimbo porn star come out and accuse President Trump of trying to have a threesome with Stormy Daniels. This woman is so credible that the prosecutor doesn't want to call her in to be a witness. I mean,
let's just be quite clear. Let me just ask you a question. You think it is totally outlandish that Donald Trump would ever have a threesome? I just want to ask you that. Totally outlandish. Would never happen.
It's not relevant at all to this criminal prosecution. And that's the point of Stormy Daniels' testimony. Not only is it not relevant under Rule 401 of the Rules of Evidence, it is unfairly prejudicial under Rule 403. And the fact that this judge has President Trump gagged where he can't respond to Michael Cohen and he can't respond to Stormy Daniels and this Bimbo porn star you just had on, who made that malicious smear against President Trump, he can't respond to that or he goes to jail. That just proves what a kangaroo court this is. This is Democrat lawfare and election interference. And frankly, the BBC should be ashamed of itself that you just put a Bimbo porn star on.
I think we get the message. I think we get the message about how you're addressing her. And thank you very much for doing this.
What would you call her?
I would call her a woman who happens to be either a film star or she has a job. I don't think that you've any particular locus in this.
She definitely has a job.
Well, let's talk to Alana because she is still here. Do you think, Alana Davis, you think that Stormy Daniels ever regrets speaking out?
Absolutely not. In fact, I would imagine she was more frustrated that she had to sign a non-disclosure agreement in the first place that stopped her from speaking out.
Thank you very much indeed.
The reactions to that have been amazing. Attorney Mike Davis brings the heat to the BBC, the Bimbo Broadcast Corporation. Davis needs to be the lead on the Trump legal retribution team. This is so funny. Mike Davis, ladies and gentlemen. BBC is a joke. Consider, after watching this interview, it's all right here. The BBC treated the porn star with more respect than the legal expert and the man who actually created the Donald Trump Supreme Court, which is what Mike Davis did. So funny how the anchor at the Bimbo Broadcast Company is puzzled by the First Amendment. Oh, man. These pathological liars, they're so creepy. They're grotesque, in fact. And it's so wonderful to actually see them get called out. It's a wonderful thing. Thank you for the breath of fresh air. Mike Davis of the Article 3 Project. Ladies and gentlemen, support the Article 3 Project, but also support our program by liking, sharing, and subscribing for the truth. See ya.